Welcome to the first video of the Auto Risk Eliminator tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing you how to place your first set of tips onto the Auto Risk Eliminator spreadsheet. Now, there will be more videos in this tutorial where I'll be going through the other steps of the ARE process, but we're just going to focus on placing the tips onto the spreadsheet for now. And then on the other videos, we'll be talking about all the other things, including early withdrawals, what happens if there is a loss, etc., etc. So ARE works by accumulating low risk, high strike rate bets. Now, these bets are really hard to find. I do spend a couple of hours each mornings to find the best possible selections of the day to keep the strike rate extremely high, above 99%. But like navigating across a minefield, the disaster will strike at some point. But you can eradicate this risk by strategically spreading your eggs across different baskets, which we call series on the ARE. So, for example, the long-term program we have called Cheetah requires 100 consecutive bets in a particular series, and the short-term program only requires 10. The mid-term program requires 30. So far, we have outperformed many online tipsters who claim really big numbers and never reach them. But all it requires is a bit of patience and discipline, and the payoff is certain and extraordinary. Better selections will be sent at 10 a.m. every morning. Sometimes I might send better selections for the next day as well. Let's go through the process. I'm going to open the Auto Risk Eliminator now. It's just loading up. Right, so the first step and the first thing you need to do is enable editing at the top, and also enable the macros. Now, the macros are the automated features that we've put into the spreadsheet. So without enabling the macros, the spreadsheet doesn't work. So make sure that you enable that. So the first sheet on the ARE has all the instructions that I'm going to be going through today, so you can just read over it. Just to show you, there are 10 series. The only difference with each program is the amount of bets per series. So the Cheetah has 100 games, as you can see, 100 bets. Here has 30. And the short-term program only has 10. In this example, I'll be using the short-term program. So the first thing that you should do is decide the amount of money you would like to put in the series. Now, you don't have to put the same amount on each series, but I do recommend it. So if you are going to put £100 in series 1, when series 2 opens up, which is currently not available, as you can see, it's grayed out. But when it does open up, I advise you to also put £100 on series 2 and series 4, as it'll just make things a lot easier. But you don't have to. So I'm just going to put £100 here, which basically means that I'm going to place £100 on each bet and just accumulate the profits. So first of all, I'd like you to put in the date. Today's date is the 19th of September. And here's how the tips will be delivered. As you can see, there's a tip number with each tip. So because we're going to be spreading these tips across all the different series, this is how we basically record which tip has been put in which series. So you put the date and then you put the tip number. So there's a little drop down menu. So tip number 1. Now the odds for tip number 1 was 1.03. There you go. Okay, so game 2. I'll put tip number 2 there. So today's date, tip number 2, and the odds was 1.05. And then 3. So same date again. Tip number 3, and odds were 1.03. And then there's a tip for tomorrow morning in South Korea at 11 o'clock. So I'll also be recording that. But since this is the next day, I'll have to put the 20th of September instead of the 19th. And that's the first tip of the day. So tip number 1 for the 20th of September. And the odds for that one were 1.02. So there we go. So I've inserted all the tips for today into the spreadsheet. So tomorrow we'll be going through how you record the results, and we'll also be opening up series 2, and how you can bet on a number of series at the same time. And I'll also be showing you how you can do early withdrawals. So if you feel like you've made a little bit of money and you just want to take your money out, I'll be showing you how to do that. Thank you very much for watching this video, and speak to you soon. If you have any questions, remember you can email me at help@ultrariskeliminator.com.